Good evening, challengers and mentors. Welcome to the StackLeague Mentorship Mondays. I am Hiza and I will be your host for tonight's event. This evening, our goal would be for you challengers to unlock bronze level with the help of our gold challenger mentors. This is your chance to ask for advice from the featured mentors while you're solving the challenges. If you have any questions for our mentors about the challenges, type them in the comment section so the mentors can give your feedback or recommendations. And for the mechanics, the sessions provide a virtual and safe venue for new and beginner challenge Stack League Challenger to learn and improve their coding skills with gold level challenges. Mentorship Mondays are for unranked participants who want to level up to bronze. Mentorship Tuesdays are for bronze challengers who want to level up to silver. And this is how it works. Only registered participants are allowed to join the one-hour mentorship session. Session will start at 6 p.m. and ends at 7 p.m. In the first 10 minutes, the featured mentors will be introduced and the mechanics of the mentorship will be discussed. The next 40 minutes will be allotted for mentors to answer advanced and live questions from mentees. The last 10 minutes will be for final tips and session wrap up. For the pre-mentorship requirement, mentees must attempt to solve at least one challenge to experience firsthand and difficulty and coding environment. Mentees can send the questions ahead of time via bit.ly/StackLeague Mentorship questions. The questions will be answered during the mentorship proper. And for the mentorship proper, mentees will join the session via an unlisted YouTube link which they will receive via email. When mentees have questions, they are to post their questions in the comment section of the YouTube live stream. If a mentee question is chosen in the live session, it will be flashed on screen as mentors answer the question. Mentees are not allowed to disclose the challenge question. Do not copy paste questions or take a screenshot then upload it to ask the mentors. Any form of disclosing the Stack League challenges online is ground for disqualification. And let's move to the level completion. Mentees have until Friday, 11:59 a.m. Of the same week to successfully level up and be part of the mentorship graduates. If a mentee has successfully leveled up, the mentee is to submit his or her StackLeague ID number form and upload the screenshot of their level up notification or email in the form of via bit.ly/StackLeague mentor completion. Mentees who successfully completed the challenge will automatically receive their certificate of completion. Moreover, names and photos of successful mentees will be included in the mentorship session Graduates of the Week announcement to be announced on StackLeague's social media channels. And the next slide will be the screen how it would look like on the platform. Our featured mentors for this session would be Jeremiah, Daniel Regalario, gold challenger who ranks in the individuals weekly top 10, week 3, 4, 5, and 6. Also, we have Jerome Antido, gold challenger who ranked in the individuals weekly top 10, week 2, and week 6. And and for the last one, Daniel Mir, gold challenger who is the grand champion of StackLeague 2021. Mm. And for the Q&A session, and to facilitate the Q&A session, here is Jeremiah Daniel Regalario.
Oops. Thanks, Hazel. Hello, everyone. My name is Haifa, and I will be your facilitator tonight instead of Jeremiah because this will be the last um, Mentorship Monday for the month of April. Thank you so much, Hazel, for the introduction. Ayun. Kinabahan ba si Jeremiah? Okay. Jeremiah, kinabahan ka ba?
Yes po, ma'am. I wasn't ready po.
Ayun. So, sige. So, thank you everyone. And, sige. Thank you, Hazel. And I will take it from here tonight. Sige. So, we have two mentors tonight. And Jerome, hahabol na lang siya. So, for all of our mentees joining us for tonight, this will be the last chance for you if you are currently unranked and you can level up to bronze. And this will be the part wherein you can connect with your mentors and ask them for questions, especially now if you want to really level up to bronze level. So if you've joined the previous sessions, it will be similar questions tonight. We might change some of the questions a bit, but the idea here is still the same. How can our mentors help you level up to bronze? Now, for our first question, Jeremiah and Daniel. The first question is right now you are doing programming. And my first question would be, bakit programming? Paano pala kayo napunta sa programming? Before you came into Stack League, what made you get interested specifically in programming? Let's start with Daniel. Daniel?
Hello, Miss Haifa. So, the first time I got into technology and programming was from my teammates at po at video games po.
Video
So,
games?
yeah. So, I was a past esports player po for Hearthstone,
Mm-mm.
Legends of
Hearthstone. The cards
Frontera.
yun, di ba?
Yeah, it's
Okay, I
more
played
about
that one before pala.
cards and probability po. So, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mahilig po talaga ako sa math and all that. So,
Mm-mm.
yung mga yung mga teammates ko po, yung mga kalaro ko po, mahilig din sila sa math and yeah, technology and all that. So, parang
Mm-mm.
I got exposed po sa mga ganun. So, parang ang cool naman yan. Wala akong maintindihan, ganun. Parang one day I want to learn those things. Kasi
Mm-mm.
it's hard, you know. That's may ako na parang pag mahirap makuha, parang mas ginugusto ko ganun. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah. So, yeah, I got into that. I I met more players na ganon. So, yun na. It got into my head now. Maybe one day I will pursue this if I don't have other career choices. Tapos yun. One day it did happen. It did happen. Tapos I got into iAcademy, software development strand. Tapos yun na.
Mm-mm.
The rest is history. Naging na ako. Nag, I joined StackLeague. Tapos yun na. They studied
Mm.
more. I studied hard. Tapos yun. Nandito
So
na
it
ako.
started with games.
Po.
Tapos yung games and then the probabilities. Tapos, nung pumasok ka sa iAcademy, it was, you knew na
2019.
software. Oo.
Software development course po.
So alam mo na by then na, ay, nag-enjoy ako sa programming and I wanted to go into programming, so software development
Honestly
yung
po,
pinasok mo.
parang nakita ko
Mm.
lang po yung mga text editors nila. So parang ang fascinating, ganun. Wala po talaga akong
Text
alam.
editors. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, interesting. Sige, let's move Next one naman. Let's have Jeremiah naman. Jeremiah, why programming? Paano ka napunta pala sa programming?
Ah, I think po yung pinaka-first na spark na interest ko in programming, way back, when I was in grade 5 po, na-introduce sa akin yung HTML. I think I find it fascinating po that time na, when you type those specific syntaxes, ng HTML dun sa notepad, actually yung ginamit dun sa book. Then when I copied those codes, then converted the file name into .html, I was amazed na nararun po siya sa browser. And then I was told dun sa book na yon, book po siya ng school namin for ICT. Nakalagay po dun na those are the foundations of websites. And parang ano po siya, parang I find it amazing po na from those, yun ganun pala yung mga ginagawa yung mga websites. And then, but then po later on, hindi pa po talaga ako nagkakaroon na actual na encounter with yung legit po na programming na languages, until I think grade 9 po na introduce yung PHP and
Mm.
JavaScript sa amin yung pahapyaw. Pero hindi po ako nagkaroon ng really deep na interest until nag-grade 10 po ako, wherein gumamit po kami ng um, blocks of software po siya na uses of coding blocks. Parang hindi po siya legit na programming. For ano po siya, for robotics naman. Doon po, I think na-enjoy ko po yung pagbibigay ng commands sa mga robots para mapagalaw sila. And from there po, I realized na baka what if dito pala sa programming, ako may passion, ganyan. Then I tried po improving myself, then na-encounter ko po yung mga online courses, nakilala ko po yung mga languages like C, Python, and hanggang ngayon po, I really find it enjoying po on my part. Kaya tinutuloy ko po siya.
Okay. So nag-start naman sa school. So it's really nice, no? Yeah, even sa schools, you get to have those exposure. So you started with HTML. So that's how you found out about kung ano yung nakikita mo. And that's a really good way to see it kasi visual na siya, na nakita mo ano yung nasa likod. And then eventually you got into ginaturuan din kayo ng pahapyaw na PHP and JavaScript. And then, can you tell me more about yung sa robotics, Jeremiah? What was it like? Ito ba yung parang may UI na siya and there are buttons and then parang yung robot na yun, you can move it forward, backward, and left side, right side? Parang ganun ba siya?
Yes po. Actually, may ano po siya, if familiar po kayo sa MakeX po na company, parang
MakeX.
yung school po namin is parang nag-join po dun sa parang ano niya po. Then mahal po yung
Mm.
mga robots na yun eh. Pero that time po, parang binigay siya, parang sponsor siya for our school. Tapos
Mm.
yung robot po na yun, complete pack po siya with line sensing, proximity sensor, parang nasa-sense niya po yung nasa environment niya. And like you've said po, capable po siya of moving forward, backward, then capable din po siya na umikot since meron po siyang wheel na circular sa likod. Like kahit 360 po kaya niya. Then capable din po siya ng handles if gusto mong i-implement, pero medyo mas complicated siya. Pero yun po yung challenge nung pinapagawa actually sa competitions po. Bale, you need to program it the way na makakonquer niya yung challenges na ipapagawa. And I think po yun yung exciting part dun.
I also saw yung mga ibang schools, mga competitions din, na what they did was more on obstacles naman. I think that's what one of the things that they used din, na there are robots and then your goal is parang may isang oblong yata, may oval, and then yung goal doon was you have to make sure na paano yung robot na hindi siya ma-off sa road and maiiwasan niya yung mga obstacles. So that was really interesting to see. And mga grade school people din yung nagjo-join sa mga competitions na yun. Did you also join those competition, Jeremiah?
Ah, yes po dun po sa amin po na yung part po ng challenge is yung may obstacle din po and yung hindi siya
Mm.
mahuhulog. Like you said, kailangan niya po talaga matrace yung line na
Hmm.
naka-indicate sa ah, yung sa floor po na may markings, parang kailangan masundan niya po talaga. And may mga obstacles po like parang toy po siya na trees tsaka mga blocks, parang kailangan niya po na ma-move yun bago siya mag-move. Parang ano po siya talaga, parang it's really parang application po siya nung knowledge na tinuro beforehand. Then, para ikaw na lang po mag-expound para ma-implement siya.
Okay, sige. Thank you for sharing that. And also, we'd like to say hello to our mentees joining us tonight. So, welcome Paolo Veneracion from Bulacan State University. And we also have Medgar Sol, so from Biliran Province State University. So, Paolo and Medgar, can you share with us then on the chat, bakit ba programming? Why are you here to learn programming? So if Daniel was able to start, we're in more on games, yung starting point ni Daniel, si Jeremiah naman was sa school, na iba-iba yung mga na-expose sa school. How about you? Why programming? Okay, so feel free to share with us on the comment section below and we'll read them later on. But we also know how you guys started. Okay, so now you got into programming and you bumped into Stack League, or as you try to learn the more into programming, you bumped into Stack League. So I'm not sure if this si Medgar, he already joined some of our sessions before. So ngayon, can you share with us then ano yung first yung moment na uy nakita mo si Stack League tapos ano yung naging process niyo dun, like dumiretso ba kayo mag sign up agad or nag-explore muna kayo? Can you tell us your journey nung first time yung na-encounter si stackleague.com? Sige, let's start with Daniel.
So ano po, mahilig po talaga ako sa tournaments. Before po I was joining din yung mga esports tournaments po. Mahilig po talaga ako sa mga platforms na ganun. So parang it's really interesting na programming tapos competitions po. So ang taas po ng cash prize, mga yeah. So parang nakita ko po yun. Parang po, I
Yun yung
have to
naging
take note of this.
motivation. Oo.
Babalikan ko to. Babalikan ko
Okay.
to pagka Kasi mga February ko po ata nakita yon. Tapos mga March
Mm.
pa po ata yung starting. I don't know. Tama po ba?
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Oo.
So, yeah. Tatandaan ko to.
Mm.
Tapos, babalikan ko. Tapos, yan. When, po,
Mm.
yung opening po, ang dami din pong nakakita na. Ang dami rin po sa opening. Tapos, yun. Nung opening po, I tried my first challenge. Tapos, parang nadismaya ako. Ang hirap pala. Ganon. Ang
Mm.
hirap-hirap pala. Pero, yeah. Siguro ganun din na banasa ng mga bago-baguhan din na kasi parang ang dami-dami tapos biglaan ang konti lang nakakapanalo and all that. So yun, parang bakit may iba na nanalo? Ba't may mga nakakuha ng points? Bakit ako hindi ko kaya? So yun,
Mm.
parang nag-practice talaga po ako and yeah, nag-research ako. Saan kaya ito ano kaya yung GitHub nito, yung ganun. Yun. Tapos meron po ako nakikita na code forces, yung mga ganun, yung mga solutions nila, pinapakita nila. Yun.
Mm.
At first po, parang copy-paste po talaga. Ganon. Nagtitingin-tingin lang po ako. Until po sa parang yun. I can relate na po yung sa mga codes na nasusulat nila and all that. All that po,
Mm.
nakikita ko na po. Tapos yun, from little by little, naiintindihan ko na ko na po yung mga sa pa po sa code forces nga po, ang hirap nga minsan basahin ng mga statements. Meron pa pong mga equations po, gano'n. Wala po talaga ako naiintindihan. So, yeah. Little by
Mm.
little, naiintindihan ko po ng
That's
Ayan
no.
lang
So
po.
yung kay Daniel naman was more on the moment na na-encounter mo siya, you were thinking na oy babalikan mo siya kasi
Parang,
medyo
wow, gano'n.
competitive din talaga si Daniel, more on sa
Ang,
esports, so it's really in
ang
your nature
ganda-ganda.
na no.
Ah,
Tapos Oh, siguro sa mga mentees natin, when you guys first started, same din, na you tried it
Yun
out
po,
and
ang
then
ganda po
realized
ng
ang
ano,
hirap.
marketing.
Yay, congratulations sa marketing team. Ayun. And then I guess ano din was the critical part there, the something relatable din sa fellow mentees is the when you started na parang ay ang hirap pala. And the good thing about that is that it didn't stop you na just because mahirap siya, what you did was it even pushed you further to learn more. So that's the kind of drive that we want, especially for our mentees. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are here specifically because of that one. How can you improve your programming skills? And we admire Paolo Veneracion and Medgar Sol here for joining us because you're able to really have that kind of spirit to learn and to push yourself further from by learning from our fellow mentors. Ayan. Jeremiah, on your end, how was your experience nung first time na nakita mo si Stack League and what was running in your head? And then when you went into the platform, ano yung ginawa mo and what was it like?
Ako naman po, first encounter ko sa Stock League is I have this ano po kasi, Facebook friend. Actually, nasa circle of friends ko rin po siya because of we entered same math training po na center before. And then, I noticed po na nagsha-share siya ng mga post wherein yun nga, nag-rank po siya last year. Nag-rank po siya ng marami po siyang points, ganyan. Uh, and I taken ko po kung ano siya, kung saan siya, tungkol saan siya. And nakita ko nga na about siya sa programming po. At that time, kahit medyo bago-bago pa lang ako sa programming, I really want to explore. Pero that time po, hindi ko siya masyadong pinapansin. Although nakikita ko po siya na-feature din po siya doon. Then, mentor din po siya. Until, I think this year lang po. I think this year ko siya, sabi ko, I'll give it a try. Maybe, this is, titingnan ko lang muna kung anong meron. In-stalk ko po yung Facebook page ng Stack League and I really like po yung ano nila, like, yung ano nyo po, yung mga na pinopost po about programming. Parang marami po akong natututunan. Yung mga free seminars po, yun pa lang, marami na po akong nakukuhanan na learnings po sa mga yun. And tapos yun po, and I noticed po na yung may mga points nga. Sabi ko, gusto ko rin makasama dun sa points na yun. Eksakto po that time, parang nag-i-start pa lang po yung ano, yung weekly na ranking. Parang week 1, naka-week 1 pa lang po ata. Sabi ko, so sa week 2 try ko maka-rank. Tapos ayun po, tinry ko po muna yung mga sa bronze, pero yun nga po hindi naging madali yung start ko din sa bronze. Nahirapan po talaga ako sa bronze na yon kasi hindi ko siya ma-check lahat. Sinanay ko po yung sarili ko sa mga ibang platforms, sinanay ko po yung sarili ko sa mga lessons po na tinake ko before. Tapos, tinry ko po siya i-apply that time na I was able to pass through the bronze challenge. And what I love po sa Stock League din is, ayun nga po, talagang, how do I say this? Talaga pong magkakaroon ka ng inspiration na mag-go kasi meron po siyang cash prizes talaga. Yun po talaga yung driving force I can say po. Kasi sometimes po kahit gaano ka pakagaling sa isang bagay, darating sa point na parang medyo natamarin ka. But then, mahalaga po na parang meron kang yung parang nakukuha po sa passion mo. Parang ganun po. Parang may fruit of work yung hard work ko. Parang ganun. Parang it push you to do something more. Para po sa akin.
So also, parang isa din doon was really reward really took a good, really gave you some
Talaga.
additional bonus, additional motivation to get yourself moving forward. And you have a point kasi pag sometimes nga, di ba, pag minsan pag medyo tatamarin ka rin if you're not pushing for a specific goal. Sometimes if you want to improve lang, sometimes it has to have, parang may specific item ka. Ano ba yung, how can you tell na nag-improve ka? And points and rewards actually gave it a number and a measurement. Tama ba yan, Jeremiah?
Yes po, yun po yung ano, sa'kin din po.
Mm. Ayun, sige. So I'd like to say hello din pala. We have new mentee here joining us tonight. Welcome, Clara Kapalungan from Bulacan State University, Malolo. So hopefully you are joining us tonight and you will learn a lot from our mentors joining us for this session. So I'd like to also mention here, we have si Paulo. Paulo said here, he is more on hardware part, but I also wanted to enhance my knowledge to software part and learning programming. That's why I took BSIT. Ayun. So also, just to give an industry insight, no, a lot of us would think na programming is more on software, like kung ano yung nasa machines, ano yung nakikita natin sa websites, mga enterprise solutions, but a lot today, knowing na IoT alone has a lot of impact and opportunities already. So you are definitely on a really good track, Paolo. Kasi right now, for example, when you order kay Lazada, kay Amazon, yung mga warehouses nila are actually very automated. So hindi na nila ginagamit yung before, it's just manpower. Ngayon, a lot of automations are happening. Punta ka sa grocery, sometimes hindi na kailangan ng another person to do the orders for you. Those kinds of stories. So today, automation heads up. In the future, few years from now, puro automated na yung mga environment natin, and we'll never know. Paulo Veneracion will be able to create solutions or build projects that is related to that one. Okay, so we have another question for you guys. Oh, do we have new? Okay, we also have here, welcome, Erica San Diego from Bulacan State University as well. Okay, so we have another question for both of you, Jeremiah and Daniel. So now that you were able to share with us ano yung naging journey niyo when you started out, can you share with us naman, how did you get your resources when you conquered your first bronze challenge? You mentioned about, may sinabi si Daniel kanina na code something, but can you guys share with us ano yun? Para sa mga new mentees natin for tonight joining, they can also take notes. So mentees, Erica, Clara, Paulo, and Medgar, feel free to take note kung ano yung mga resources that our mentors are sharing with you para as you take your successfully complete your first bronze challenge tonight, you will be able to use them as well. Sige, let's start this time with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, ano yung mga resources that you were trying to research on or get into more often when you were trying to take your first bronze challenge and you also mentioned na nahirapan ka talaga on your first bronze challenge. Can you share that with us, Jeremiah?
Yes po. For me po, I would recommend yung last year po na sinalihan ko na open course, yung CS50 Introduction to Computer Science po ng Harvard University. Open lang po siya. Bale, meron pong mga lecture videos na pre-recorded and talaga pong ina-explain nila ng maayos yung each topic. Nag-start po siya sa language na C, pero later on, gagamit na po ng language na full pack like Python na talaga pong if may integrate mo siya and i-understand mo talaga yung pagkakaturo nila ay ano po talaga, ma-hone po yung mag-establish siya ng foundation sa'yo. Just as how naging foundation ko po siya para sa mabigat ng programming po. And yung sinabi ko naman po na mga research na ginawa ko in order to conquer my bronze challenges, more like ano po ako, nag-take pa rin po ako ng mga courses pero hindi na po yung sobrang lalim like CS50, ano na lang po siya. More on mga lectures po na mga text-text lang like po sa Free Code Camp. Uh, Meron po siyang website online freecodecamp.org. And then I actually take din po yung sa Udemy na ano po siya. Free din po siya na ano lang po. Parang more on question and answer po siya na type para habang nagpo-progress po kayo, parang may mga questions po siya para ma-keep track of kung ano yung natututunan mo. And then like Daniel po, I also joined yung Code Forces, Code Chef, Katis, yung mga things po na like that na for competitive programming. And then, syempre po yung Stack League talaga. And then, I also recommend po yung sa mga communities. If may hindi po kayo alam, probably there's another person na nagtanong na nun, na naka-encounter ng problem na yun, na nasa community. So, I suggest po joining communities. Pwede po sa mga social media like Facebook, pero there's really dedicated for programmers, yung Stack Overflow po, or and GitHub, na talagang mahupulutan po natin ng learnings para mag-improve tayo sa program. Yun lang po.
Ayun. So just to recap, yung mga resources that Jeremiah recommends is ito, Open Course by Harvard. So this is CS50 Introduction to Computer Science. So if you want to learn about this, they started from C and then they can also go full path to Python. And then Jeremiah also recommends the Free Code Camp. Also, this is a really good platform. I've heard a lot, especially if those of you here na professionals na or mga career shifters, so maybe you're doing a different work right now but you want to enter into the IT industry, they have really good success stories that they were able to really mentor people too. And then now, they started sa Free Code Camp. Ngayon, they're able to work as an IT professional already through the Free Code Camp and yung mga nakausap din nila sa mga tao doon. They get to ask a lot of people in that platform then. And of course, Udemy, Stack Overflow, and GitHub. Ito, Stack Overflow talaga yung favorite na website ng mga programmers, especially if may bottleneck tayo. Okay, sige. How about you guys? Ano yung mga favorite resources ninyo? So we have here Paulo, Medgar, Clara, and Erica. Ano yung mga favorite resources ninyo right now as you try to learn? Feel free to share it with us para alam din natin kung saan kayo kumukuha ng resources. Okay, Daniel, where do you get your resources?
So, ano ko, kunyari, pag questions po talaga, it's either, pag may mga tanong po ako, like, mga specific problems po, it's either Stack Overflow po or Geek for, ano po? Geek for Geeks po. Tapos for, ano po, yung mga challenge sites ko po, it's Code Wars, Code Forces, kagaya ng kay Jeremiah, Code Chef, tapos, what's that? Algo Expert, systemsexpert.io, and then ngayon po hindi po ako mostly sa ano po, hindi po ako mostly ngayon sa competitive programming, so I'm honestly taking interest po ngayon sa data science since natutuwa po ako sa mga algorithm questions sa StackLeague. So yeah, ngayon po I took a membership po sa data camp. So ano 'yon, mga $60 'yon, isang year na, madaming courses doon, around 400 plus, and dumadami pa po 'yon. It's still updating. Tapos meron ding Filipino version ng data camp, pero it's private po ata as of the moment. It's a scholarship base po. So you guys can search it online kung gusto niyo talaga to pursue data science, kasi yun po, dream ko po ngayon is parang maging machine learning engineer po, specialized in algorithms po talaga. So yeah, good thing na na niwala sila sa story ko na yun yung gusto ko. So, nakuha ko as a scholar doon. Yung yung Project Sparta po, po siya, mostly po siya, parang yung mga technical po talaga and theoretical stuff sa data science. So, tuturuan ka po talaga nila yung mga, yung mga Excel po, ganun. Tapos, yung, SQL, and then, yung mga, yung mga packages po sa Python, NumPy, Pandas, yung mga ganun po. sklearn, malalaman niyo po yun if gusto niyo po sa data science. So, yeah, madami po pong mga ganun. I'm still studying them kaya wala pa akong masabi. Tapos ano pa ba? Ah, yun kaysa sa data science and all that, I focus on one thing at a time po talaga. Kaya konti lang. So yeah, focus po ako na yun sa mga data science na courses po talaga. More on
Ayun, thank
self-learning.
you. Self-learning din.
Mm-mm.
Ayun, thank you for that, Daniel. So, for everyone, I'd just like to summarize yung mga resources that Daniel mentioned. So, we have here definitely si Stack Overflow. And also, it adds a lot if you also go to and explore Geeks for Geeks, Code Wars, Code Forces, Code Chef, systemsexpert.io, and also she mentioned Daniel mentioned about what's this data science. Okay, industry insight naman. Today, data science is one of the really highly sought na mga job opportunities. Bakit? Because ang konti lang ng mga data scientists here in the Philippines. And wala siya masyadong, not a lot of schools are providing this opportunity. So yung mga data scientists today here in the Philippines, most of them are really self-taught. So bakit important yung data science din today? Apart from just the usually kasi sa business, you have to forecast kung ano yung mga transactions ngayon. Now, it is very valuable na gumawa ka ng algorithms para you can forecast. Okay, if ito yung mga transactions ko in the last 5 years, ano ba yung ano yung forecast, ano yung mga transactions ko in the next 5 years. That way, you can make decision na, okay, mas profitable sa business ko na ganito yung gagawin kasi based on my trend, ganito yung mangyayari. But it's beyond that one, yung minention naman ni Daniel na ML, machine learning, AI, yun naman, level up naman yun. It's beyond just forecasting, it's essentially also learning kung ano ba yung mga trends din right now. So with that one, it is so much smarter if companies would invest in those. Kaya they are highly willing to pay a lot of money just to get these kinds of talents. So ngayon, what does it mean for you? Every data scientist needs to have a strong programming skill. Okay? Kasi hindi yan sila pwede gumawa ng models, hindi sila makakagawa ng algorithms behind it and in an efficient manner kasi yung mga data doon, you have to be efficient. Kasi when you do data science, you are talking about millions, maybe even billions of data. So yan yung mga transactions and all. So, isipin nyo na lang kung hindi efficient yung algorithms mo when you try to create these models, these algorithms, ibig sabihin, mababog down yung kung sang server man yan, ginagawa yung system ninyo. Ayan. So, if anyone is interested sa inyo na you want to have a lot of money, especially kung pag-graduate na kayo, data science is really a good track for you. And since konti pa lang, that means you yourself can be one of the innovators in that area. So marami ng mga programmers ngayon and marami sa mga programmers ngayon are also switching or parang learning even to do data science because apart from that's one of the most interesting thing that's happening today kasi hindi it's just beyond programming applications, you go beyond that one and it has a lot of impact then. Ayun. So some industry insights for you guys. Again, data science, one of the highest paid today. And since konti lang siya, companies are really willing to pay a lot just for you to fill in this role. Okay? Sige. Yes, at mahirap din mo kasi. And yes, isa din dyan is a lot of people medyo ano din, since medyo mataas din yung learning curve niya, but I think if you are able to really have a good foundation sa programming mo, eventually you'll get there kasi mas mabilis na siya. Ayun, sige. So thank you so much for that, Daniel and Jeremiah, for sharing your resources. So ngayon, we talk about what else? Oh, we have few minutes na lang pala. Sige. So with that one, can you share na lang din, so while nagsa-start pa naman yung mga ano natin, yung mga mentees natin, because they are unranked, hindi pa nila natapos yung bronze challenge nila, can you share with us, ano yung mga, um, what, where, ano yung recent challenge, or you can identify na lang nung nagsa-start pa kayo dun sa bronze challenge, ano yung one specific challenge or problem or disappointment ninyo na you're almost at the verge na, ay parang ayoko na, or parang what made you pursue pa rin, na i-conquer pa rin siya kahit ang hirap-hirap niya. Ayun. So, I think similar to kanina, but some of our mentees here just arrived. So, you encountered a problem dun sa bronze challenge ninyo. Tapos, you were disappointed. Pero ano yung naging motivation nyo? What did you do na eventually na ano mo siya? Na-conquer nyo yung first bronze challenge nyo? Okay, let's start with Daniel.
So, yung challenge sa Stack League na nahihirapan po ako ngayon, mostly po yung mga challenges na yun, nakakalimutan ko po yung name kasi hindi ko po talaga naiintindihan yung ano niya, yung prompts niya. So, it's more on my ano po, reading comprehension din po siguro na na nagkaka-problem ako kaya hindi ko po ma-solve. So, sinaskip ko muna yung mga yun as of the moment po. Yun
Ayun.
lang
So,
po.
more on sa ano, no? So, nung sa start pa, yung mga questions na medyo hindi pa magets, so what you do is that
Skip
kind
lang
of
po.
awareness na, ay, hindi ko pa siya magets ngayon. So, isi-skip mo na lang siya.
Mhm. Kasi
Tama?
I just I don't want to waste my energy on those kinds of questions po. I'd rather go on questions na kaya kong ma-solve tapos I can still do better, ganun po. Tapos next time na
Ayun.
siguro yung mga yun, magpapakita din yung mga ano na.
Ayun, sige. So for you mentees here, by the way, if may mga questions kayo, we're at our last 10 minutes na din. So if may mga questions kayo, be sure to type them in. So ngayon, mentees, if you're having difficulty na first pa nga lang, di mo na magets yung question, that's okay. Kasi eventually, darating ka din sa point na magigets mo din yan. For the meantime, okay lang yan. It's okay to skip. Kasi eventually, makikita mo din yung mga questions na yan and you'll get better at reading comprehension for coding problems. Ayun. So, guys, okay lang yan na hindi mo magets yung mga question right now, but try in the last few mentorships then same din ang recommendations din nila is to read the question at plenty of times. Pero kung hindi mo din talaga siya magets even after multiple times na you try to comprehend, that's okay. Move on ka na sa next one, you can skip it and then try to solve. Kasi whatever it is that you learn din naman sa mga succeeding na mga challenges, you also get better then at reading and understanding those challenges. Ayun. Thank you so much, Daniel. Jeremiah, on your end.
On my end po, just like what they've said before, dumating po sa point na hindi ko po kasi masyadong na-gets agad yung concept niya, yung object-oriented programming po or the OOP. Para sa akin po, dumating sa point na parang na-feel ko na parang ang laki nung jump niya from like nung programming lang na functions, functional lang. Parang medyo lumaki po para sa akin yung jump ng biglang nag-OOP. Parang kailangan mo initialize, kailangan mo ng mga methods, kailangan mo sa ganun po. Parang hindi ko na-gets. Sabi ko, ano bang essence nito? Bakit kailangan pa na magkaroon ng classes, ganyan. Then, I realized po na habang later on, while I tried to overcome po kasi it by pero although it took time, hindi ko siya agad talagang tinutukan kasi yun nga parang nawalan ako ng gana. But after some time, I took ano po, I research po kung anong mga possible na pwede kong magawa para makonquer yung OOP scare na yan. And then, while researching po, nanood po ako ng mga random videos sa YouTube. And then, napanood ko po na actually may po pala siyang applications, may po siyang nasasagot na ah, na kailangan po in programming. Parang ang ginagawa niya po kasi is, ang maganda po kasi sa kanya is yung isa po talaga siyang object, like object-oriented programming, yung mga classes po na yun. Then sa mga object na yun, pwede mo siyang i-pass on, pwede mo kang tumawag ng mga functions sa kanya. For example nga po, isang application na tinuro doon is a person, yung class, yung object na yun. Tapos meron siyang mga methods like eating, meron kang method na eat, meron kang method na exercise, tapos may ginagawa siya sa magiging properties nung person na yun. So mga ganun po na hindi mo siya normally magagawa kapag normal na functions lang. It really needs to be, it really has to be objects. Kaya with that po parang nagustuhan ko siya na ay yeah, may essence naman pala yung object-oriented way ng programming na yun. Kaya po, I'm really glad na kahit papano I was able to overcome that po and I was able to find the essence behind those concepts.
Ayun. Thank you for that one, Jeremiah. So for Jeremiah naman, OOP. So in-term pa yung OOP scare. So one of the challenges talaga ni Jeremiah in the league was really understanding when he encountered si OOP na concept. Like if anything is new, parang apart from being scared with it, hindi mo din siya agad mag-gets. So what he did was really to do research on them, and then learn more, and then practice more, and yun. Eventually, was able to appreciate then the value of it and bakit siya nag-exist. So for every one of you, and we also have here avoiding maximum pain. Okay, so we also have Daniel then with related to OOP, you can make your own data type. So for our mentees here, siguro sa bronze level challenge, hindi nyo pa ma-experience yung OOP problems. But eventually, as you try to level up from bronze, silver, gold, you will be encountering those questions then. Ayun. So, OOP is really one of the many enemies of our league participants, especially if they just started. No? So now we are about to wrap up. Final tips na lang, Daniel and Jeremiah, for our mentees for tonight. Let's start with Jeremiah this time. Final tips mo for our unranked participants.
Final tips guys, just like what I've been saying before, I advise you na magkaroon po kayo ng sariling IDE, Integrated Development Environment, na kung saan doon po kayo magta-try ng mga codes ninyo instead na directly talaga na doon kayo sa platform. Although, okay lang din naman pero I think much better na nasa-save nyo yung mga ginawa nyong code para na-compile nyo siya and at the same time mababalikan nyo siya if ever na gusto nyong pag-aralan in the future. For example, nalimutan nyo, ay nasolve ko na to dati. Kaya lang nalimutan ko kung paano ko siya in-implement. Nasasagot siya nung magkakaroon ng IDE. Kasi yun nga, mababalikan mo kung paano mo siya in-implement. Yung codes mo, mababalikan mo talaga siya. And also, I also recommend na familiarize the language of your choice. Magkaroon ka na isang language na talagang master mo before shifting to other languages. Kasi one of the mistake ng ibang programmers is thinking na the more languages that they know, na much better yun. Although okay lang naman, pero if you're just a beginner, magiging confusing siya and could lead to unproductivity, tsaka hindi mo rin ma-hone yung specific na talent sa isang language. Just like me po, I'm using Python for now. minamaster ko talaga lahat ng mga possible na standard library usage kasi mahalaga po yung paggamit ng standard libraries niya at saka marami pong kayang gawin yung language na yun. And each languages po, meron silang mga specialties din and it's up to you to discover. And yun nga, sa Stack League, meron namang 5 available na languages na I think it could cater kung ano man yung uh, kakayahan nyo sa programming. Yun lang po.
Ayun, just to recap, IDE, especially kung magko-code kayo sa StackLeague, you need to, hindi man your need, but you are highly recommended to have your own IDE para if nasagot, will it will give a time na may encounter kayong problems, at least you have references to look back dun sa mga solutions niyo, especially on your implementation. And finally, master a language. So more on try to avoid being a jack of all trades, master of none. So go with one, be good at it, kasi eventually that will be your foundation then in the future as you try to learn other languages. At least kabisado mo na yung isang language. Thank you for that, Jeremiah. Daniel, what's your final tips to our mentees for tonight?
Final tip. Siguro po yung sa ano, I'm getting questions po sa StackRec account ko, around 3 to 5 people siguro 'yon. It's about it's about having an efficient iteration po sa for loop. Well, meron akong mannerism sa pag i-implement ng for loop na I think it's a technique. Parang secret technique ko siya. So, po, imbes na yung sa tinuturo po sa schools and sa online, yung ginagamit nila usually, di ba, yung parang, ano ba yun?
Hello? Daniel, are you still here?
Ito is, I
Ayun.
use a pre-decrement or pre-increment na operation. Kasi
Pre-decrement,
bakit
okay?
ganito? Kasi, so yan, imbis na x plus plus, I would use yung plus plus x. Kasi bakit ganun? Kasi yung napapansin ko po sa IDE ko po ng C Sharp, which is yung Microsoft Visual Studio, there's a function dun na parang pag mag-F11 ka, may kita mo lahat ng mga nangyayari sa behind the scenes po nun. So, napapansin ko po dun, pag every time po na post-decrement, inaalala pa po niya past na po niya, or yung next na value niya, which is +1, or yung past niya, which is yung original niya, yung ganon. So, it's mabigat sa memory yun. Imbes na ganon, what if na lang, unahin mo na agad, na lang, pre-decrement. So, hindi na niya kailangan mag-save ng value na yon in memory before using it again. Yun lang.
Wow.
Oh.
That's really intense. Interesting. Ayun, Jeremiah, ni-spill ni Daniel yung secret
Ah,
niya. Hindi na siya secret ngayon. Thank you for that, Daniel. But that's
okay.
really interesting na dumating ka na sa point wherein you're really looking yung efficiency at memory level. So,
Opo.
wow. Parang, actually, Daniel, that's really impressive kasi in the industry, a lot of the people, especially those building mobile apps, it's very important na they
Mhm.
think of how to use or optimize yung memory usage for every logic that they use. And very good na you were looking at, kahit sa programming pa lang, it's just logic, but you're already looking at how efficient you are. So, that's really good, no? And also, I'd like to mention sino nga yung mentee natin, si Paulo, this is also very relevant for you, especially if you're working with machines then, like actual machines. They also have specific memory capacity lang then, and you will be talking with your engineering team in the future about memory usage then. Ayan, thank you so much for sharing with that, Daniel. That's very new and interesting. Hopefully, our mentees tonight will get to learn from your tips. And maybe mentees, if you need to if you have further questions sa mga mentors natin, you can connect with them. Just find them in the Stack League leaderboard. There's a connect button there, and then that will allow you to message them directly. And with that one, thank you so much, Jeremiah and Daniel, for your time. Any good luck message to our participants, to our mentees tonight before we wrap it up? Sige, Daniel.
Yes.
Message mo na lang sa ano natin.
To all the mentees out there, we are here as mentors for a reason. Don't be afraid to reach out to us on StackRec.
Ayan. Thank you, Daniel. Jeremiah, what's your message to our mentees?
My message to our mentees, I wish you all the best while solving your first bronze challenge, and I hope that you will conquer it so that you will move on to the next level, which is the silver challenge, and even further, the gold challenge. I advise na keep on trying, and uh, if there are failures, just keep on trying po and learn from your mistakes. That's all po.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah. And with that one, I'd like to thank specifically our mentees who joined us tonight, Paulo, Medgar, Clara, and Erica. And with that one, I'd like to bring back our host, Hazel. Hazel, welcome back.
Hello po. Thank you to all our mentees and mentors, and of course to Miss Haifa for facilitating this mentorship session. And every week we all have a lot to learn. That's all for our mentorship session this evening. Congratulations to those who unlocked the bronze level. You'll be receiving 100 cash prize. Thank you very much to all our featured mentors, Jeremiah, Jerome, and Daniel, for taking this time to help and inspire your fellow programmers. Bronze challengers, you can take this challenge further. Join the Stack League Mentorship Tuesdays tomorrow at 6 p.m. and unlock the silver level. Register at bit.ly/mentorship Tuesdays 0412. And on behalf of the Stock League team, I would like to say thank you to everybody for joining the Stock League Mentorship Mondays. Congratulations to the challengers again, and thank you to our featured mentors. We look forward to seeing you next week at the Stock League Mentorship Monday, as Stock League Mentorship Tuesdays. This has been your host Hazel. Good night and